Welcome to LearnToCode, where everybody can code. In today's video, we are going to learn about the arrays in a C programming language. Arrays in C are a collection of similar data types that are accessed using a common name. For a clear understanding, let's consider a problem where we want to store and display the salary of 10 employees in an organization. Before learning the concept of arrays, you would find this problem a boring task and would probably come up with a solution to declare 10 floating-type variables, each representing the salary of the 10 employees respectively, use scan function to store their respective values and print function to display it. Now, what if the number of employees whose salary to be stored and displayed goes up to 100? It is practically not possible to go by this conventional method. The simple solution to this problem is the implementation of arrays. Arrays in C are used when we have a large number of objects in hand. It proves to be quite helpful to manage data. Let's start the discussion with what is meant by arrays in C. An array is a user-defined data structure. It is a sequential collection of similar data types that can easily be accessed using a common variable name. It is similar to the concept of a list in Python when talking about a single-dimensional array. Arrays in C can have multiple dimensions, starting from one dimension to numerous. Dimensions are positive integral numbers. It cannot have a floating-type value. The names of the various dimensions of arrays are as follows. First, one-dimensional array, also called as vectors. Second, two-dimensional array, also called as matrix. An array is a generalized term when its dimension is unspecified. Now we will see how to declare the array. Following is the syntax of arrays. Data type, array name, size. For example, float, marks, 5. Arrays are declared in a similar fashion, like any other variable of the same data type, with addition to the use of square brackets, which is followed by the variable name. As soon as an array is declared in C, a block of memory is reserved for it. The total size of an array is the product of the number of elements it has in its square bracket, and the size of the data type it stores. Here, the data type is float, so the size of the data type is 4 byte. And the number of elements is 5. So the total memory allocated is 4 multiply 5, that is 20 bytes of memory is allocated. This is the memory representation on an array. All the array elements occupy contiguous space in memory. There is a difference of 4 bytes among the addresses of subsequent neighbors. This is because this array is of float type, and float holds 4 bytes of memory. When an array is multidimensional, the syntax is like this. Data type, array name, order 1, order 2, order 3, order n. The total size occupied by the array would be number of bytes occupied by data type, multiply order 1, multiply order 2, multiply order 3, multiply order n. One of the important points to remember is, once the orders of the array are specified, it cannot be changed. In other words, the size of an array remains constant, which is used in static memory allocation, that is, it is not dynamic in nature. Now we will discuss the initialization process of array. Arrays in C may or may not be initialized at the time of declaration. This is how an array looks like if it is initialized at the time of declaration. Without size specification, it looks like this. And with size specification, it looks like this. Let us now try to understand how elements are stored when they are initialized. Since there are 4 elements in the array, 4 multiply 4 bytes, that is, 16 bytes of memory is reserved for the array, which can be visualized like this. The indexing of an array starts from 0. Hence the indexing of the elements goes from 0 to the size of the array minus 1. Now we will see one example of an array. This is the source code of the C program to calculate the sum and average of an array. Here we are taking a number num as input, which will indicate the number of elements in the array. Now creating an array of integer with user-defined size. Here we perform iteration through for loops from 0 to n to take integers as input from the user and print them. These inputs are the elements of the array. Now, start summation by iterating through all the elements and adding numbers to calculate the sum of the array. To calculate the average, the overall sum is divided by the total number of elements in the array. At last, we are printing the sum and average values that are calculated. This is the output of this program. You can also try by yourself with an online compiler. The program and the link of the online compiler are given in the description of this video. In this video, we learn about the arraysinc programming language. Hopefully, you have learned well from this video, made with extreme simplicity to help you learn the arraysinc language. If you like our video, please like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe our channel.